What is your pornography addiction trying to teach you? And I've made the statement before that if you're still struggling from breaking free from your pornography addiction, is because you have not learned all the lessons that your addiction is here to teach you. You know, we talk a lot here at the Rebuilt Man and Rebuilt Recovery about the only pathway to overcoming your porn addiction for good is to become the man that is no longer addicted to porn. And rooted in that word become is this identity change that we all must go through. All successful transformation is rooted in an identity change first. And founded in this new identity is new thought patterns, new belief systems, new ways of living, new habits, new routines, perhaps new relationships, new purposes, new passions, new careers, new environments. Everything about our life must change in order to become this new man. And the old parts of ourself must die. That's a symbolism behind the phoenix that is integrated into our logo. The death of the old self and the resurrection and creation of this new man. But this doesn't happen without learning. This doesn't happen without acquisition of new information, new skills, new belief systems, new thought patterns, new habits, new routines. And all of this has to be rooted in learning from our struggles, learning from our challenges, learning from our setbacks. Before we get too deep into today's episode, guys, let me take a quick moment to remind you who we are and what it is we are doing here. This is the Rebuilt Man podcast. We are on a mission to help you become better men by quitting porn and rebuilding your life. If you're watching here on the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. We've recently found out that about 62% of the men that watch these videos on a daily basis are not subscribers of the channel. So if you want to support us and want to make sure you're notified every single day when a new video is released, hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. And if you're listening to the show on the audio, take a moment after today's episode and leave us a 5-star rating and written review to feed the algorithm. It'll help us get this message out there to more and more men all across the globe. But what I mean when I say you haven't learned all the lessons that your pornography addiction is here to teach you. It starts with first understanding that your struggles and challenges that you're dealing with right now have nothing to do with pornography. Porn is not the issue. Porn has become the solution to the problems within your life. You have not built and developed better outlets, better mechanisms, better ways to process thoughts, feelings, emotion, nervous system arousal. All the things that we talk about, the triggers, the environment, seeing certain things, hearing certain types of music, looking at certain images, feeling certain type of ways, certain emotional states. It are these things that cause us to want to seek pornography out. So the first thing we have to ask ourselves is, what solution is porn playing in our life? What are the problems that porn has become the solution to fix in our life? Then in and of itself, that question will reveal to you, okay, I need to learn better ways to manage my stress. I need to learn better ways to deal with isolation. I need to find better ways to keep myself focused on task. But whatever it is, it's us learning. And we only learn by asking the proper questions. And I love the definition that Alex Hormozy gives of learning. According to Hormozy, learning is defined as same environment, new behavior. So if you treat your recovery, if you treat your freedom as a learning process, maybe today, maybe last week, when a certain thing happened in your life, a series of events triggered you to want to go out and seek out pornography. Maybe in the past that led you to acting out. But through this process of analyzing, asking questions, navigating this journey, self-reflection, self-awareness, you've learned that in this same situation, a better outlet is to remove yourself from the environment, practice some quick breathing exercises, reach out to a buddy and have a conversation. You may know this, but have you learned it? You're only going to be able to tell if you learned it if the next time you're presented with that same series of events that last week or 2 weeks ago led you to pornography, you acted differently, learning to find a same environment, new behavior. But we have to be able to raise our self-awareness and have some reflection so we can understand, okay, In order for me to get rid of pornography, I need to stop taking my phone into the bedroom past 10 o'clock at night. In order for me to get rid of pornography, I need to make sure that every morning I start my day with a gratitude practice and I end my day in a reflection exercise. In order for me to not feel like I need to medicate myself with pornography, I need to make sure every day that I feed myself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I'm in a good book. I'm learning. I'm challenging myself physically. I'm having deep, meaningful conversations with either my partner, my spouse, my wife, or my close mates. I need to grow spiritually by getting in the word, having prayer time, having meditative practices, learning how to navigate this life as a man that is porn free can only be done through self-reflection, raising awareness, and asking deep, meaningful, serious questions, not surface level stuff. Think about the last time that you relapsed on porn. Why did it happen? What were you dealing with in the moment? Was it isolation? Was it lack of motivation? Was it irritability? Was it anxiety? That's the first layer. Once you've recognized this is what I was dealing with, why was I dealing with that? What was going on in my life that was creating those internal states? Once you know that, what's better ways to process and manage these things? You see, every answer to a question should reveal the next question. And if you ask enough questions, you'll get to the bottom of this issue. And the bottom of the issue will be the roots. And for most of you, the root is the inability to regulate your nervous system, the inability to regulate your thought patterns, the inability to regulate your behavior. Over years or decades, for many of us, porn has become the default coping mechanism with how we deal and process certain things in our life. And until we learn how to better regulate that, we will stay stuck in the cycle. Now, yes, you can put a Band-Aid on it. You could white knuckle this thing. You could put all the apps on there. You could stay away from certain things. But in time, as you navigate the rest of your life, you will begin to act out subconsciously. In trying to white knuckle this is not an effective strategy. The only pathway to overcoming your pornography addiction for good is to become the man that is no longer addicted to porn. And how do you become a new man? Through acquisition of new skills, new information, new knowledge, new belief systems, new habits, new ways of being. Your new identity will be formed in the new way of thinking, the new way of living, the new way of processing and handling issues. So until we admit to ourselves that we haven't learned all the lessons that our pornography addiction is trying to teach us, we will stay stuck in it. And oftentimes, this is why rock bottom for so many men is the awakening point. Because when you're in a rock bottom, the mirror reveals to you, hey, you aren't living in accordance with the man that you're called to be. But men, I don't want you to hit that point yet. Our mission, our goal is to provide you with tools, resources, information, tactics, strategies, coaching, programs, so that you don't have to do what I did, so that you don't have to do what millions of other men have had to do, which had that wake-up call, smack them dead in the face by loss of income, by loss of jobs, by loss of marriages, by children leaving them, by destroyed relationships. If you get in front of this thing early enough, you can prevent those things from happening. But it's going to require time, work, commitment, and a process. We want to give you the steps to understand that about yourself. So down there in the description box below, or in the show notes, or if you visit rebuiltrecovery.com/12 steps, I put together a 100% free training outlining and walking you through our entire process of how we've helped close to 1,000 men at this point break the chains of this addiction and step into the life that they were called to live. Rebuiltrecovery.com/12 steps. Learn through this process, become the man that you were called to be, and create a life free of pornography. God bless you guys. Coach Frank of the Rebuilt Man. We love you. We'll see you in the next one.